What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know my face, my name is Beak, an oil painter currently residing in New Orleans, Louisiana. In today's video, we'll be discussing 4 important tips for every beginning oil painter. I picked up oils a little bit after college. Beforehand, I was an acrylic painter, and honestly, I did not know what I was doing. I had to pretty much figure it out on my own, and honestly, I wish that I had some of these tips when I started. But hopefully, me giving these tips to you will help you not repeat the same mistakes that I did, because baby, I wasted a lot of canvases. A lot. Tip number 1, invest in a high quality white paint. Now look, when you're first beginning to get into oil paints, you don't have to go out and buy the most expensive oil paint in the world. Start with student quality paints. They're fine, you know, they're gonna get the job done. They may not be as high quality as professional oil paints, but you know, they do fine. But if I could suggest anything, it's that when it comes to that white paint, you can splurge on that one. And the reason why I say that is because I have a motto. Your palette is only as good as your white paint. And it is pretty true. Your white paints pretty much determine how well your paints will mix, the tints you can get, the textures, and how opaque they'll be. For me personally, my favorite titanium whites are by Old Holland and M. Graham. Tip number 2, utilize your mediums. Now, while you can use oil paint straight out of the tube and the consistency will be very thick, very nice, mediums will be your best friend. There are mediums that will thin your paint out, that will thicken your paint, that'll make it dry slower, that'll make it dry faster. Personally, for me, I like to use Liquin Original. You know, oil paints can take up to 6 months to dry straight out of the tube. I don't have time for that. I mean, if you want to work on a painting for 6 months, then use it straight out of the tube and do your thing, you know what I'm saying? But I have deadlines that I need to meet. So Liquin Original will thin out the paint. It's the consistency of like a gel almost, and you mix it in with the paint a little bit in with your paint. It'll make your oil paint dry in 24 hours sometimes, and that is amazing. Don't use too much though, because it does have a tendency to yellow, and we don't want that. Tip number 3, fat over lean. Now this is super important if you want your paintings to last a long time. Essentially with fat over lean, you want your beginning layers of your oil paint to be thin, so you mix in more mediums. Then as you build up your layers, use less and less medium. I mean, it's really in the name, fat over lean. Lean layers in the beginning, and then as you build up your layers, you know, fatten them up. The reason why fat over lean is so important, using this technique will help prevent cracks coming into your oil paintings down the line. You know, maybe 10-15 years from now, you don't want to look at your paintings. You don't want them to be all cracked up. Crack is whack, so let's not even do that. Fat over lean. Now, tip number 4, and I think tip number 4 is probably the most important tip of them all. Be careful. Oil paints can be very toxic depending on the brands that you get. You should probably wear gloves unless you're feeling like a wild child like me. I don't really be using gloves, but you should use gloves. Don't do as I say, not as I do. And please work in a ventilated area or open up a window. Do not sit in your bedroom painting with oils and then sleep in the same room as them. I know some people who do it, but your lungs will totally thank you. Please take care of yourself and do not paint in a closed off space. Take care of yourself. So to wrap this up, even if you want to start with student quality oil paints, that is fine. Please splurge on a white. And if you're the type of person who mixes with black, white and black. As long as you get high quality white and black, you will be fine, trust. So, splurge on white and black, use mediums to help you get the consistency that you want, fat over lean, and please open a window. I hope these tips are able to help y'all as you begin your journey into oil paints. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to answer every last one of them. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're gonna keep this going. So if there's anything else that y'all would like to see in another video as far as technique goes or things of that nature, please let me know. Yeah. See y'all in the next one. Peace.